Hello, this is David Perales, President, Chairman, Foundation Study of Cycles. And I have with me today Marian Gutsa. I'm in Bucharest at our data center. And at this point, what we're going to do is record for the watching and listening audience, as well as for documentation, exactly what we do to derive the Baradine predictive price model. In this case, we're going to use the Dow Jones as an example. We're going to show how the software is used, what Marian and his group does to produce our predictions. In the next segment, we'll show how we actually create the buys and sell signals in a separate recording. So Marian, if you'd like to introduce yourself, just briefly say hello to everyone listening. Go ahead, please. Can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you. My name is Gutsa Marian, and I'm the data guy.
Okay.
Today we will show you how we will run the CPM program and the CCRS. Then we will show you what have exit in an Excel file.
Okay. Now to do this, Marian just mentioned two programs. I'm going to show these. These are in-house programs. They're not available to the general public. They are part of our proprietary modeling system for the Planetary work. As you guys have been following the emails, the ladies have found emails, the Planetary work of Baradine is a totally separate operation from the cycles operation, I guess you'd say, because it is not cycles-based, it is Planetary-based, but there is a bridge between my work at Baradine and the Foundation's work, because we have ample evidence to show that correctly interpreted, this work of Baradine will and can explain Dewey's cycles and the observations he made in the years he was director of the Foundation for Study of Cycles. So as Dewey suspected, cycles are planetary-based. Those of you who have followed Cycles magazine, Dewey's work up until his death in 1978, knew he became obsessed with the cycles and planetary movement. He actually published heliocentric ephemerides in Cycles magazine. Up to the day of his death, he had an astronomer on staff helping him to try to determine anomalies in cycles compared to anomalies in the outer planet motion and sectors of outer planet motion, which will remain a topic for another session. Suffice it to say that the 43 years now of work I've done independent of the Foundation, overlapping the last 7 years as your director and president chairman, this work has come together to merge with the rich heritage of the Foundation for Study of Cycles to give us an explanation for cycles and markets and now Dewey has observed going forward. So these two programs are, as I say, proprietary internal programs for the Foundation. These are not things you can buy commercially. As a matter of fact, the planetary analysis that you're going to see here, the CCRS program we call it, is based on Mark Pottinger's CCRS, which is open source, available from Mark Pottinger and his group. CCRS has been in production since the 60s. When I first picked up on astrology, I was taught astronomy and astrology at the University of Kansas back in 1970, 71. CCRS was introduced to me at that time. CCRS, I believe, is the most comprehensive program available as a research tool for the true researcher in the astronomical/astrological areas. This interface here is a very basic interface, and under the hood, deeply buried in the code, is the viewpoint which my discovery, as I'm going to call it from here on out, because I believe it is, which my discovery is using to produce what I believe to be evidence of a live signal that generates not only prices and stocks and commodities and so forth, but actually generates a live signal. It generates all cyclic and therefore pretty much all real-time events on the planet itself. So we're going to take it a step at a time, but just like I say, suffice it to say that behind the interface that was developed for us by Dr. Smith and his team of programmers in the Soviet Union, Russia, which is where the programmers are based in Minsk. Behind this code is buried a secret sauce that is now part of the Baradine group going forward. The work is not heliocentric, it's not geocentric, it is actually not even barocentric. It has its own unique viewpoint, which is coded into the program itself. But for the ease of use, we simply work with Mercury, Venus, and Mars, and signal derived from the outputs of those three planets. So this program here will generate for you, shortly we're going to see how it works, will generate for you, for us, based on the birth date of the Dow Jones, will generate planetary data that is analyzed over here on this side. For lack of a better term, we'd call this celestial price move, CPM for short. This is our current version we're using internally. The release date was January 21st of 2013. This program was developed in 2012, as you can see here. CPM actually allows Marion and his team to create forecasts based on my also proprietary planetary scan of planetary motion of Mercury, Venus, and Mars, which I call the trading planets. You'll see why shortly. To create a planetary scan and to build a database which contains, in this case, upwards of 2 to 3 million separate points, that creates a database of past history of responses of prices of stocks, in this case the Dow, to planetary positions. And this catalog of database is used, this database is used to project into the future. So what you're going to see here is Marion produces this output, which is resulting over here in the Dow Jones output we're using now, currently trading in Baradine, the Dow. This red signal line is what's being produced by the work Marion's going to show you.